On number 15, we're going to solve this equation for the unknown. So we have, I'm just going to write it again. 4 squared equals 5 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 5 times 6 times cosine of b. So that's the rule of cosines for an angle b. So to solve for I'm sorry, not the whole thing, just b, there's a couple steps. I have to first get the term that has the b in it alone. That means getting rid of anything that's not multiplication. So that means I want to get that stuff alone. So I have to get rid of the 5 squared and the 6 squared. So I will subtract the 5 squared and the 6 squared from both sides. So I get on the left 4 squared minus 5 squared minus 6 squared. And on the right I have negative 2 times 5 times 6 cosine of b. Now I have to get, now I only have multiplication on the right and the trig function. So get rid of the multiplication first. So I need to get rid of this stuff, which means dividing this side by negative 2 times 5 times 6. And whatever I do on the right, I have to do on the left. So I'll do that over here, 2. And now on the right, I have just the cosine b left. And on the left, I have this 4 squared minus 5 squared minus 6 squared all over negative 2 times 5 times 6. So I'll punch that into the calculator, which gives me 4 squared. Actually, I'm going to use a parenthesis around the whole numerator and a parenthesis around the whole denominator to show, because this bar is a grouping symbol that doesn't come up in the calculator. So to show that group, I will use a parenthesis in the calculator. So the numerator parenthesis, then 4 squared minus 5 squared minus 6 squared. Close that numerator. Then do your division sign for the fraction bar. And then open a parenthesis for the denominator. So then I'll have a negative 2 times, and that negative comes with a parenthesis too. So close that negative parenthesis. And then we have times 5 times 6. And then close that denominator parenthesis. And I get 0.75. That's cosine of b. So then that tells me that b, I'll take the cosine inverse of both sides. So cosine inverse of cosine of b gives me just b. And on the left, cosine inverse of 0.75. That's not on the unit circle, so I will use this guy. Cosine inverse of 0.75 gives me b equal to 41.4 degrees.